Good day again, everybody. This is Dr. Mai, and in this lecture, I'm going to talk about complementary and alternative therapy problems, including types, complications, and examples. Okay, what are the different types of complementary and alternative therapies? We have first the mind-body interventions. These are techniques like relaxation therapy, meditation, hypnosis, and imagery that may enhance psychological and physiological well-being. Next is biological-based therapies. This is the use of herbal medicines, dietary supplements, vitamins, and special diets to influence health outcomes. Manual healing and body-based therapies, which are physical approaches such as massage therapy, chiropractic care, acupuncture, therapeutic touch, and reflexology. Another type is the energy therapies. These are approaches like bioelectromagnetic therapies, including transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation or yung TENS, and magnetic therapy. And then we also have the alternative medical systems, which was established healthcare systems like traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, and Ayurveda. Now let's talk about the potential problems and complications. First is adverse reactions. This could be an allergic reaction or interactions with prescribed medications. Example nito is yung mga herbal supplements which may alter drug metabolism. Another is delayed conventional treatment. Because patients may delay or refuse effective conventional care in favor of alternative therapies. Lack of standardization and regulation. Many complementary and alternative management products lack quality control, leading to inconsistent potency and contamination risk. Miscommunication, because patients may not disclose the use of complementary and alternative management or medications. This will increase risk of adverse effects and complications. Another is inadequate evidence. There will be limited rigorous research for many CAM therapies, challenges, safety, and efficacy evaluation. Psychological dependence. There will be risk of patients relying solely on complementary and alternative management without appropriate medical follow-up. Being able to assess all those aforementioned problems, let's talk about what will be our nursing role and responsibilities. First will be assess patients' use of complementary and alternative therapy or medications and potential for complications. We should gather comprehensive information about patients' use of complementary and alternative therapies and medications. These include what therapies are being used, frequency, dosage, and sources. Assessment helps identify any risk of adverse effects or interactions with prescribed medications and treatments, allowing early interventions and safer care. Educate patients about the benefits and risks of CAM therapies. We provide balanced, evidence-based information regarding the expected benefits and potential harms of various CAM therapies. They help patients understand which therapies have proven efficacy and which have uncleared or unproven effects. Education empowers patients to make informed decisions and prevent misuse. Monitor for adverse effects and drug interactions. We must vigilantly observe patients for signs of allergic reactions, toxicity, or negative drug interactions related to CAM use. This monitoring includes taking detailed histories, physical assessments, and reporting findings to the healthcare team promptly to avoid complications. Provide evidence-based information and referrals to qualified CAM practitioners. We serve as reliable sources of current, research-informed guidance on CAM therapies. They may also refer patients to qualified and licensed CAM providers when appropriate when appropriate, ensuring integrative care is safe and professional. Maintain open communication to ensure disclosed CAM use. A trusting nurse-patient relationship encourages patients to openly discuss to us their use of CAM without fear of being judged. This transparency is very important for safe care planning and avoiding hidden risk from undisclosed therapies. So, let us all remember that CAM therapies are widely used and can complement conventional medical care. Awareness of types, complications, and patient education is very important for safe nursing practice. Integrating knowledge of CAM into nursing will enhance patient-centered care and safety. These roles demonstrate how we can act as advocates, educators, and caregivers to ensure complementary and alternative therapies will enhance rather than compromise patient health consistent with the nursing framework. So that concludes my discussion or lecture about the topic. So I hope I was able to or you were able to learn something from this lecture. Again, thank you very much for listening.